This episode is adapted from a clinician-written article on Mentalyc and brought to life in audio for therapists who prefer listening on the go.
Exactly. For those of us who get our best ideas while walking the dog or driving between appointments.
You know it. This particular piece was written by Ihab Youssef, a psychologist, and we're really excited to explore his perspective today.
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to it.
And just for some quick context, since we're talking about this, if you're new to Mentalyc, it's a clinical intelligence platform designed to make clinical documentation much more manageable for therapists.
Ah, the documentation dragon. A beast we all know well.
Right? But, it brings up a bigger topic. Have you ever had that Sunday evening feeling? Not just the usual weekends over blues, but that specific dread of, I have 3 progress notes to finish, a treatment plan to update, and I haven't even thought about billing yet.
Oh, have I ever? It's that heavy blanket feeling. You went into this field with this deep, passionate desire to help people, to sit with them in their struggles. And then you find yourself drowning in administrative tasks that feel so disconnected from that core mission. It's a real source of burnout.
Exactly. And that's before we even get to the financial side of it. The conversation around what we earn as therapists can feel so taboo. It's like we're supposed to be purely altruistic, and talking about income feels, I don't know, dirty or something.
Yes, thank you for saying that. There's this implicit message that if you're focused on money, you must not be focused on your clients. And it's just not true. We can't pour from an empty cup, and financial stress is a huge drain on that cup. We need to be able to support ourselves and our families to do this work sustainably.
Absolutely. It's about sustainability. And I think one of the first, most powerful steps towards that is something that feels counterintuitive at first: niching down.
Okay, talk to me about that. Because my first instinct, especially when I was starting out, was to be a generalist. I wanted to help everyone. The idea of turning someone away because they didn't fit my niche felt wrong.
I get that completely. It feels like you're shrinking your pool of potential clients. But what really happens is you become a magnet for the right clients. Think about it. If you had a specific, complex heart condition, would you want a general family doctor, or would you seek out the best cardiologist you could find?
The cardiologist, no question. Oh, okay, I see it. So instead of being a jack of all trades and master of none, you become the go-to person for a specific issue. Like, if you have a deep passion and skill for working with, say, perinatal mood disorders or complex trauma in first responders.
Exactly. And when you're the go-to person, you're not just another therapist in a crowded market. You are an expert. People seek you out. They're willing to pay for your specific expertise. And honestly, the work becomes so much more fulfilling because you're operating in your zone of genius.
That makes so much sense. You're not trying to constantly reinvent the wheel for every new client presentation. You're deepening a specific skill set. It's better for the client because they get highly specialized care, and it's better for you because you feel more competent and engaged. And to the point of our conversation, you can ethically and confidently charge a higher rate that reflects that specialized training and value.
That's the core of it. But niching is this one piece of the puzzle. The other massive piece, the one that tackles that Sunday evening dread we talked about, is technology.
Technology. I love it and I hate it. My EHR is a necessary evil.
I feel that in my soul. But I'm talking about technology that actually serves you, not the other way around. Specifically, the automation of our documentation. Think about the cumulative hours we spend just on notes. It's staggering.
Don't remind me. I could have learned a new language in the time I've spent writing progress notes. It's the part of the job that feels the most like data entry. It pulls you right out of that relational, right-brained clinical space and forces you into this very rigid left-brain administrative mode.
Precisely. And that's where tools like AI note takers are becoming, frankly, revolutionary. And I know AI can be a scary word for some clinicians. There's this fear of it being impersonal or, I don't know, robotic.
Well, yeah. Our work is so deeply human. The idea of bringing an algorithm into the therapy room feels odd. There's a natural resistance there, I think, a protectiveness over the sanctity of the therapeutic space.
And that's a healthy ethical instinct to have. But the way I've come to see it, and the way platforms like Mentalyc are designed, is not to replace the clinician, but to support them. It's about automating the drudgery so you have more time and brain power for the actual human work.
Okay, so walk me through that. What does that look like in practice? How does it work?
So, imagine you finish a session. Instead of sitting down with a blank screen and trying to recall every key moment, intervention, and client quote, you have a tool that helps you. The Mentalyc AI note taker, for example, can generate a draft of your progress note for you. It pulls out the key themes, the interventions you use, the client's response, all in a structured format like DAP or SOAP.
Whoa. Wait. So it writes the note for you?
It generates a draft, and that distinction is crucial. You are still the clinician in the driver's seat. You review it, you edit it, you add your own clinical insights and nuances, the things only you would know. But it takes you from 0% to, say, 85% done in a matter of minutes. It eliminates the blank page problem.
That is actually a really big deal. The amount of mental energy I expend just trying to get that first draft down is significant. It's the activation energy that's the hardest part.
Exactly. And it's not just notes. It can help you draft treatment plans, track progress over time. And the newest thing I saw is that you can transfer your completed note to your EHR with a single click. No more copy pasting.
Stop it! No more copy-pasting? That alone might be worth its weight in gold. How many times have I had the formatting get all messed up or accidentally pasted in the wrong field? Oh, it's the little things that drive you crazy.
It's death by 1,000 paper cuts. And this is about stopping the bleeding. That time you get back isn't just time. It's energy. It's presence. It's the capacity to see one more client that week, or to finish your day at 5 p.m. instead of 8 p.m., or to actually have the brain space to think about growing your practice in other ways.
That reframes it for me. It's not about taking the human out of therapy. It's about freeing up the human to be more human, to be more present with their clients, and also more present in their own life.
You've got it. That's the whole point. Quick pause here. If this part of the work, the documentation drain, feels familiar, Mentalyc can help. Its AI-powered tools support your documentation and clinical judgment while staying fully HIPAA and SOC2 compliant. You can explore it at Mentalyc.com. Okay, so we've niched down, we've streamlined our admin. What's next for building a more prosperous practice?
Well, now that we have some time back in our day, chuckles, we can focus on building connections. The referral network piece is huge. No practice can survive in a vacuum.
So true. And I think we often think of that as just, networking with doctors or other healthcare providers, which is absolutely important. Building a relationship with a trusted primary care physician who knows your specialty can lead to a steady stream of ideal clients.
Right, but it has to be a real relationship, not just dropping off a brochure at their front desk. It's about taking the time to have coffee, learning about their practice, what kinds of patients they see, and explaining who you best serve. So when they have a patient struggling with, say, social anxiety, your name is the first one that comes to mind.
And it's a two-way street, right? Reciprocal referrals. When you have a client with a potential medical issue, you can refer them back. It builds trust and shows you're a collaborative part of their overall healthcare team.
But what about collaborating with other therapists? That's a part of networking I think we sometimes overlook. We can see each other as competition, but that's such a scarcity mindset.
Oh, I love this topic. Yes, there are more than enough clients to go around. Your niche is not going to be my niche. If I specialize in eating disorders and I get a call from a couple needing marriage counseling, who am I going to refer them to? My trusted colleague who is an expert in couples work.
Exactly. And you can take it a step further. Host a joint workshop. Run a therapy group together. It not only serves the community, but it cross-pollinates your networks. It positions you both as leaders in the field and creates a spirit of collegiality that is so needed in our profession.
It really is. That isolation can be brutal. So, networking is key, but what about getting your name out there to people who don't have a direct referral? I mean, the online world.
The digital megaphone. A good website is non-negotiable at this point, right? It's your digital front door. It needs to be professional, warm, and clearly state who you are, who you help, and how to reach you.
And it can be so much more than a business card. A blog, for instance. You can write articles that offer real value, that showcase your expertise in your niche. You're not giving away therapy, you're giving away information. You're building trust before a client even picks up the phone.
And testimonials. Seeing that other people have had a positive experience with you is incredibly powerful. But then there's social media.
I heard that hesitation. You're thinking, do I have to do dances on TikTok to get clients?
A little bit. It feels so public, and our work is so private. The line feels blurry and a little scary to navigate ethically.
It totally is, and it requires incredible care. But you don't have to be a dancing influencer. You can use a platform like LinkedIn to share professional articles or an Instagram account to post thoughtful graphics about, say, the window of tolerance or tips for managing anxiety. It's about finding the platform where your ideal clients hang out and showing up there authentically and professionally.
Authentically and professionally. That's the key. It's an extension of your professional self, not a performance. Okay, that feels more manageable. So, all of this, niching, networking, building an online presence, it all leads to a place where we can more confidently address the elephant in the room, our rates.
The big one, raising your rates. It brings up so much for so many of us. Guilt, imposter syndrome, you name it.
For sure. But if you've done the work, if you've gotten advanced certifications, if you've become a specialist, if demand for your services is high, your rates should reflect that. It's not greed. It's aligning your fee with the value you provide.
I think the key is to do it thoughtfully, not just a sudden, massive hike, a gradual, incremental increase over time, and communicating it to your existing clients well in advance with transparency and compassion. Give them time to process and plan.
Right. You can say something like, to reflect my ongoing advanced training in your specialty, and to keep pace with practice costs, my rate will be increasing to X on date. It's direct, it's professional, and it honors the therapeutic relationship. Most clients who value your work will understand.
And this all opens the door to another level of income strategy, diversifying your income streams. So it's not just about the one-on-one client hour.
Ooh, okay. Side hustles for therapists. I love this. Like writing that book you've always thought about.
Exactly. An ebook on a topic in your niche, or developing an online course or a weekend workshop. You're leveraging your expertise to reach more people and create income that isn't directly tied to your time in the chair. It's a way to scale your impact.
That's really appealing. The idea of passive income is, well, it's the dream, isn't it? And there's also affiliate marketing, which I've heard about. How does that work in our field, ethically?
That's the million-dollar question. It has to be done with absolute transparency. The idea is you recommend products or services you genuinely believe in and that align with your client's needs. It could be a book, a meditation app, or even a tool for other therapists. For instance, Mentalyc has a partner program. If you genuinely love the platform and recommend it to your colleagues, you can earn a commission. But you have to be upfront about it.
Right. So it's not a secret. You'd say, hey, I use this tool. It's been a game changer for my practice. And just so you know, if you signed up through my link, I get a small commission. It's about maintaining trust above all else. If the recommendation is authentic, it doesn't feel like a sales pitch. It feels like a genuine suggestion from a trusted colleague.
Exactly. Trust is the currency of our profession. And underpinning all of this, all these strategies, is the commitment to continuous learning, pursuing those advanced certifications, attending workshops, reading the latest research. That's what fuels your expertise.
That's what keeps the work alive, isn't it? It prevents stagnation, it makes you a better therapist, which in turn makes your services more valuable, and it just feels good to be growing and evolving as a professional. It's a virtuous cycle.
It really is. When you pull it all together, it's a powerful shift in mindset, moving from a place of financial anxiety and administrative burnout to a place of professional empowerment, sustainability, and, dare I say it, prosperity.
It's not a dirty word. It's what allows us to do this deeply meaningful work for the long haul without sacrificing our own well-being in the process. It's about creating a practice that supports our clients and also a practice that supports us.
Beautifully said. So, if there's one practical takeaway from all of this for someone listening today, what would it be?
I think it would be to start with awareness. Just for 1 week, track the time you actually spend on documentation. Don't judge it. Don't try to change it yet. Just get an honest number. Seeing that number, whether it's 3 hours or 10 hours, can be the catalyst you need to realize that something has to change. It makes the problem concrete.
That is such a fantastic, simple starting point, because what gets measured gets managed. And if you want support with that part of the work, the AI note taker from Mentalyc is designed to give you that time back, turning hours of documentation into minutes.